With a lot of hype for this Monday's Raw as we expect to see the Wyatt Sicks return to WWE television, they knew it and they put out a giant tease. This picture was tweeted by the Wyatt Sicks along with the caption, "You are a disease, entwined in the den of serpents. You will all burn." Now, very clearly, this is a picture of Paul Ellering. And obviously with the caption, "Liar," that tells you what they think of Paul Ellering. But with the language used in this tweet, "You will all burn," like, a lot of people are wondering, me included, could we see another murder on TV? Obviously, yes, Chad Gable wasn't actually murdered, but that was cinematic gold. Could Paul Ellering be the next target? Could Paul Ellering be the next victim of the Wyatt Sicks? It's also a really interesting picture to use because obviously this is Paul Ellering wearing a cross on his head, obviously in reference to Kevin Sullivan. Something we've also seen Dexter Lumis do in his Wyatt Sicks promo video. Could it be that actually the Wyatt Sicks foretold the next feud with the Dexter Lumis video package? If so, should we be looking closely at the other ones too? It's also interesting that Dexter Lumis here is the one with the cross on his head because he has a strong history with The Miz, who we're also certain is going to be a future target of the Wyatt Sicks, with the obviously glitches and stuff happening when he's on TV. But this new tease definitely confirms what we theorized, what we thought was going to happen, and that is a feud with the Final Testament. Maybe putting the blame on Paul Ellering, but I think it's going to fall to every single member of the Final Testament too. And of course, I've got to mention the brand new Wyatt Sicks replica lantern is out now on WWE Shop, just in time for Halloween. It's almost as if they planned it, isn't it? Love it. It looks brilliant, by the way. I thought this was interesting. Are we getting a heel Street Profits in WWE? We theorized it last night on Things You Might Have Missed. We saw how they looked after the match, after the decision was given to DIY, although Montez Ford also had a pin on. And we saw them in a backstage segment after Smackdown, confronting security and people backstage, trying to ascertain their thoughts on who they thought won. And they weren't happy. Very heel-like from the Street Profits. I'd be interested in this. WWE is moving Raw to Netflix in January of 2025. That's not the breaking news, though. The news at the moment is that Netflix and WWE are still working on the length that WWE Raw will be. So, you know what? We got to be honest. 2 hours just is not enough, is it? Let's be fair. We've watched the shows recently. Give them 2.5 with a slight overrun every now and again for 3 hours. I think that'll be fine. But that's not all, as Nick Khan has announced that WWE is set to debut a behind-the-scenes documentary series on Netflix. I genuinely love this kind of stuff, when you sort of work out how things are done and stuff like that. I'd love to see like a behind-the-scenes creative meeting. I know that probably will never happen because you'll hear things you're not meant to hear, but this is a behind-the-scenes kind of look, you know what I mean? And although I'm sure it won't happen because it's an active story on TV, I'd love a behind-the-scenes of the Nightbird campaign. How the WWE came up with everything, how they picked the song, how they picked the characters, and how they made the videos, the QR codes, the clues that we followed so intensely during Nightbird. I'd love to know the behind-the-scenes of that. That would be really cool. Some behind-the-scenes news, though, is regarding Carito, and apparently WWE have plans to remove Carito from Judgment Day, turning him back into a singles competitor. I'm okay with this. The only thing is, can you fit Carlito on the show? That's what I think WWE has to be confident of first. Because right now, Carlito's not featured on the show. He's there because the Judgment Day are on screen. If you take him out of the Judgment Day, does he just fade away into obscurity? Because that's definitely not right. And right now, Raw is 2 hours. And like it or not, they do struggle to put everything on TV in those 2 hours. Maybe that's food for thought. Oh, this isn't going to be decisive at all, is it? The Undertaker and Kane with Donald Trump. Now, of course, Undertaker is going to have Donald Trump on as a guest on his 6 Feet Under podcast. Now, honestly, there's a lot of hate for this. There's a lot of people supporting it. And genuinely, it just falls into whatever side of the political spectrum you fall in to how you're going to react to this. Honestly, it's no different to Batista supporting Kamala Harris. Yes, The Undertaker supports Donald Trump. Is that right? Is that wrong? Again, that's for you to decide, depending which side of the political spectrum you fall onto. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Once this election's finished, The Undertaker will be a god again in wrestling, and people will move on. Right now, people are angry because it doesn't fit their agenda, and people are happy because it does fit their agenda. What I will say is that every person in life has different experiences, and those experiences are what shape your political beliefs. That's it. Undertaker is still the best to ever do it, and that's all that matters. We're wrestling fans. We're not talking politics, okay? So let's get back to wrestling, and last night we saw the debut in WWE of the legendary Motor City Machine Guns, and next week we're set to get a dream match. Motor City Machine Guns versus DIY. If you remember DIY in NXT, that diehard NXT audience at the time was desperate to see this match. Now it's going to happen next week on Smackdown. And WWE, by the way, actually did it. We said this last night on Things You Might Have Missed. You can see it in the corner here. Courtesy of TNA Wrestling, courtesy of PWI. They are showing you on social media videos why the Motor City Machine Guns are, in their words, a legendary tag team. And I hope there's more to this. I hope they put this on SmackDown next week. Show the world how good these guys are. The dates of WWE live events, SmackDown, Raws, premium live events have all been revealed. Obviously, if you're looking to go to WWE before the new year, these are the dates you need to know. And to finish up, some potentially major news about the Queen, Charlotte Flair. Now, obviously, we're expecting Charlotte back soon, but apparently the plan right now is that Charlotte Flair will have a very big match at WrestleMania 41. Now, that makes me think, maybe they hold off on their return. Like, if Charlotte's ready to return in November, maybe they hold off until, the Royal Rumble or something. A lot of people are expecting her to have a match with Nia Jax. That could make sense. We'll have to wait and see how the Nia Jax-Tiffany Stratton storyline plays out. But it looks like the Queen is set to take the throne at WrestleMania once again. So there is your Saturday WWE news you might have missed. Let me know, as always, all your thoughts, your theories in the comment section down below. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, you'll never miss another upload. Like the video, share the video. See you next time. Peace!